show you just how I make my vegetarian meatloaf. I'm going to try a new presentation thing that I saw on Pinterest that I think would be really fun. So yeah, it's just going to be, it's really simple. It's my like go-to easy meal. So right now all I'm doing is I am just making the potatoes for the mashed potatoes. And then I have, excuse me, I buy this 4-pack at Superstore for like $10, so it's a really good deal. It gets us pretty far. So I'm just using one of these. It's equivalent to 1 1/3 ground beef. 1 pound. 1 1/3 pound. That doesn't even sound, I don't know. It doesn't sound right. This is what it looks like. I just kind of defrost it a little bit here. I'm going to take it out and microwave it for a few so it's like soft and limber. I guess you could take it out ahead of time, but I'm not the ahead of time kind of gal. So yeah, that's what I'm doing first, and then I'm just going to chop up my carrots and grate some cheese. So the onion, the carrot, and I usually throw in whatever else I have in the house, but this is just kind of what we've got right now. And then and if I see any big pieces like that, I'm kind of a bad dicer, so I just take them out. I'm going to add in Mrs. Dash. I love my Mrs. Dash, so I'm going to add a whole ton of that in. And I eyeball everything. I usually make it on the spicier side because there is the mashed potatoes to pull it off. So I just mix that in there. And then I've got just some garlic powder I'm going to put in. And again, we love our garlic powder too. And then I'm just going to put in a free-range organic egg. And that's just to hold it all together. Yeah. The Office. And then I put a little bit of ketchup in as well, just because that's our preference, but it's totally optional again. Salsa also works really well, and that's only like 2 tablespoons. I eyeball everything in this recipe because there isn't a recipe. I just started tweaking it one day, and yeah. So then I'm also going to add in some Montreal steak spice. Or just a steak spice, just a basic steak spice. That's about 2 teaspoons, probably. Not very much of it, because it's fairly potent, and it usually overpowers everything else a little bit more than I like. I like to add the ketchup because it keeps it just a little bit more stuck together, I guess you could say. Sometimes I add 2 eggs, sometimes I just put 1 in. We only had 1 left, so I just threw in 1. And that's all. Oh, and then I add in a little bit of cheese. This is how much cheese that grated out to be, and I add in about a handful, or 1/3 of a cup maybe, 1/4 of a cup maybe. That's the finished mixture. Cauliflower, and then I'm about to make our I got my potatoes, and I'm just going to mix them up with a little bit of 2% milk and just some butter. This is my first time ever using my KitchenAid. Crazy. Oh my gosh, how amazing is that? Oh. Seriously incredible. And I know it's just mashed potatoes, but like, oh shit. Good thing I didn't pour any in. This is what they look like, and that made 6 with a little bit extra, so I could probably do 7 out of it. And then I'm just going to cover them with tinfoil and cook them. I usually cook them for 45 minutes. I take a peek at 30 minutes and usually rip the tinfoil off and sprinkle some more cheese on it. 35 minutes, so they're looking great. I've got my mashed potatoes, I'm not going to tell there. My mashed potatoes all done here, and I'm just going to load them into this, and I'm going to put them on like I would put on icing on a cupcake. So I never claimed to be good at doing icing on cupcakes, so this is no different, but it's hard to see the itty bitty bit of detailing there. I left two because I'm going to put them on after because I have a slight inkling that they're going to fall out. But I'm just going to put these in to crisp up the topping a little bit, and I'm going to throw some cheese on those other two, and then we're going to see how they turn out. I don't think they're going to look exactly like the ones on Pinterest, but I think they're going to be pretty darn cute. Okay, so this is what's for dinner. These fell apart a little bit, but definitely use cupcake liners next time, and probably another egg. But this is the first time that I made them this way, but I think that they'd be super cute with little toppings. And then my cauliflower and a little bit too much cheese. Yeah, and then that's pretty much all that's for dinner. Jax is having some salmon, some yams, and then some of the cauliflower, and then a pear for dessert, which he already had a bite of. And I do peel the whole thing. He doesn't need to peel. But he's nursing right now. So yeah, that's what's for dinner tonight.